all right. Let's get this thing going, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat box. A1 Kev, first guy in the mix. Hey, it is what it is. Hey, you take all of the stats, you take all of the things that happened throughout the years with Dez Bryant, and you just put them to the shelf. You put them over to the things that you say, okay, it didn't happen with our team. Hopefully down the line, maybe it can happen for another guy or another team or something like that. But it's time to move on. And the reason why I say this, shout out to Dez Bryant. You know, shout out to him for being able to be humble in the mix. But also, he also put a chip out there. He got a bigger chip on his shoulder. He's saying that, okay, I want to play the NFC East so the Dallas Cowboys can face me twice. So Cheeto Bay, Woozier, Jordan Lewis, hey, he calling you guys out. So what you guys got to do, you got to step it up. But in the meantime, in the between time, we got to figure out things, what we can do to improve this team. I do know that a lot of people are upset. You know, you take 531 receptions out the way. You take 7,459 yards, and you take average of what, 14 yards per catching, 85 being his longest yard ever, and you talking about 73 touchdowns. Those productions are not just sorry. Those productions are good. Those productions spell Hall of Fame. Now, how much tank left in Dez Bryant, I don't know. What I can tell you though, that I don't want him going to the NFC East. I don't want to see this guy twice. A frustrated, furious Dez Bryant. If he can stay focused, yeah, I can understand that piece of it. But at the same time, what we need to do is figure out a way to win the game, and we are a run first team. So with that being said, this team, don't look at Dak Prescott. This team is around Ezekiel Elliott, just like the 90s. I do know that everybody want to look at the triplets, but come on, let's be real with ourselves. Troy Aikman could not win a game without Emmitt Smith. That is the bottom line. So what we need to focus on is getting Ezekiel Elliott together. Okay, this team, don't let this distract you. This team still need to draft defense first. If not, then they need to go with a Will Hernandez, a mauler up there on the offensive line. This is what this team need to do. But the outlooks of Dez Bryant, if I'm Dez Bryant personally, if I'm Rock Nation, shout out to Rock Nation too as well. If I'm Rock Nation, I'm telling you guys right now, he should be going to the LA Rams. He should be going to the 49ers. Somebody like that. One of those teams right there would be beautiful for him. A good setup. Now, I heard somebody say the Minnesota Vikings. Let me tell you, they probably don't have enough room because they got to play Thielen. They got to pay the other guy that caught that pass. So they got a lot of things in the mix too as well. And I don't think that at all. I don't think at all he can go. The Giants don't have enough room for him. Another good fit for Dez Bryant, believe it or not, Carolina Panthers. Somebody said that the Atlanta Falcons are looking at Dez. You know, I can only imagine the people are talking about already Julio Jones and put Dez on the other side. And then, man, that would be a crazy matchup right there. But neither here nor there. What I want you guys to do is understand that these type of move this is just how the NFL is. This is what the NFL have become. We talking about a salary cap league, and we talking about this guy been on the team for 9 years. We haven't even sniffed or came close to being in a Super Bowl with this guy, or even with Tony Romo. So this is the process of the NFL. Believe it or not, Jason Witten next year, you know, he's going. If not, if something don't happen to him this year, it may be the writing on the wall. Dak Prescott, I understand that a lot of people hate Dak Prescott. But think about this. The way you guys feeling, I know half of you guys probably wasn't around when the Hershey Walker was traded from the Cowboys. And the thing is, the difference between this trade and the Hershey Walker trade, where we got a lot of picks from that guy. And that's been the philosophy. Remember, this is a copycat league. And ever since then, we've been sipping on the sauce. We've been drinking our own Kool-Aid. But everybody else, and I ain't going to say their name, you already know. If there's a documentary out there that Bill Belichick reached out to Jimmy Johnson during the offseason and said, hey, how can I become better? How can I understand what did you took the Dallas Cowboys to and elevated them? What do I need to do to be better? You see what I'm saying? And Jimmy Johnson gave him all the secrets. So what we seeing is a mentality now. This is what it takes to win. You got to purge your roster, even though it's a tough pill to swallow. Trust me, guys. The difference between Jimmy Johnson regime and this Jason Garrett Red Machine situation is this, is that we getting rid of players, but we don't get nothing in return. Jimmy Johnson would have got something from D-Ware. Jimmy Johnson would have got something from DeMarco Murray. Jimmy Johnson would have traded Mo Claiborne before he figured out that, hey, this guy voice cracking, this guy is horrible in coverage. I'm going to get something from the deal. Jimmy Johnson might have would have got rid of T-Will many years ago. You see what I'm saying? Jimmy Johnson was a guy that finagled the roster to be able to help him out. You see what I'm saying? And this is the reason why we have, when you try to move up and move around with the draft picks, the grading system, that came from Jimmy Johnson. Not to just pull back all the revisionist history, old history and stuff like that, but this is how you win in the National Football League. You got to purge a roster every now and then, and it's just one of those things where now we sipping, now we seeing exactly what the Cowboys is doing. Shout out to David Smith, shout out to Gregory Lightbody, Shogun Drummond, shout out to you two as well, and Ty Tice that's in the chat box. Hey man, hey, I know it rubs a lot of people the wrong way. But 8 to 9 years, hey, Dez Bryant to the Jaguars, not that bad, Brian. That might be a good deal for him. Got good defense, got a good running back. Pretty much, you can't say, well, the quarterback is better than Dak Prescott because the numbers don't prove anything. But you got a quarterback that's seasoned enough, you know. But it just may be one of those things too as well. Look, shout out to you guys, man. It's just one of those things. I do know that a lot of people are saying that, okay, Cowboys gonna suck. We have, how you guys are feeling right now is the exact same people felt the same way when DeMarcus Ware left the team. It was pretty much similar to that. In the exact same way when we had the Tony Romo to snap up his back in the start of 2016. A lot of people said, oh man, here we go again, here we go. It's just one of those things, man, where you got to figure out for yourself and say to this thing right here with this Dallas Cowboys team is that, hey, this is a new phase. And if this is what it takes to cause to win in the NFL, not saying that you addition by subtraction, none of that stuff, but what it is that at the end of the day, results is what matter. Not the reasonings, but the results. And the result says that, hey, Tony Romo never won us a Super Bowl, and the result says that Dez Bryant never won us a Super Bowl. The results also say that Jason Witten never won us a Super Bowl. Cole Beasley never won us a Super Bowl. Orlando Scandrick. So if we try to hold on to these players and wishing that they can get to that pinnacle, wishing they can get to that point in life, it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. There's one or two John Elways out there. And one can say, yeah, Peyton Manning ran off into the sunset. But Peyton Manning went to a team that the free agency was built around. You see what I'm saying? He went to a team with a better coaching philosophy. He wasn't going to get there through the last few years of what the coach was trying to do. And trust me, guys, we understand. You guys watch enough football to understand that, hey, yes, Dak Prescott is not the most accurate quarterback in the world, right? That's just what we see with our eyes. You're expecting to have Dak Prescott his second year to pass like Joe Montana, just delusional. And you're expecting a second-year quarterback to just throw to Dez Bryant and make all these spectacular throws. And one gonna argue and say, well, Carson Wentz was doing it. Carson Wentz was a first-round draft pick, fam. Gotta put this in your mind that this team right here is built around Ezekiel Elliott, and nobody on this God green earth / blue, whatever you want to call it, God blue earth, can say that if Ezekiel Elliott played all 16 weeks last year, and I know it's a big if, that we will be 9-7. Put this in your mental Rolodex of your mind and understand that the fact that even though we were 9-7 last year, think about all the hold calls we didn't get. Think about all of the left side of that offensive line that played porous. Think about that. Think about the second-year quarterback not putting the ball on the money. I can put that out there. You see what I'm saying? Think about the Dez Bryant fumble. You know what I'm saying? That was a win-or-go-home game, basically. Think about the drops. Not talking about Dez Bryant dropped a lot of balls, but think about all these things, and you put them all into one thing, and you say to yourself, hey, guys, pump the brakes. We gonna be okay. We gonna be all right. It just takes time. And Zeke missed 6 games. Yeah, Swaggy D in the house, man. That's a tight name, Swaggy D. What's up, Darius Marshall? Shout out to you. They win with all receivers. All right, light body. Redskins going to get them. Let them go to the Redskins. Because me, I accept all challenges. We don't fold up like weak tents. And if anybody, that's a mark. That's a mark. That's a what you call that? A preemptive strike when you say, okay, I want to be on the NFC East. I want to play these guys. And you want to play the best. You want to be the best, right? So you want to play the best. I don't never run away from anything in life. So these young cornerbacks, Cheetah Bear Woozier, Byram Jones, the Jordan Lewises, even Anthony Brown, if he can get his mind together, they better be ready. If you start getting called out on, you better be ready. You better be ready to play. Lord, come on now. We done nothing but take time to excuse. Laugh out loud. We've been waiting for years to hold the Lombardi Trophy. This from Jada Cook. Hey, what else are we supposed to say? You see what I'm saying? What else we supposed to do? We supposed to say, okay, with these excuses, we supposed to keep Tony Romo on the team, who getting his back folded up like a pretzel. We supposed to say, okay, with all of the excuses out here, we supposed to keep Dez Bryant, although he don't get the separation, although he had the foot. And yeah, we have film out there and tape out there of him doing otherwise. But guess what? I got film and tape too. Go back, and I want you guys to go back and watch the 2015. It was a healthy Dez, a healthy Tony Romo, and what the hell happened on that first opening week? Everybody coming off the first game of the week. Go back. That didn't look spectacular to me. 2015. Go back and watch that tape. Watch that first game. Somebody come to me and tell me that Dez Bryant wasn't healthy, right? The guy that had to go run and get an IV, the guy that actually broke his foot in the second half of the game. Tell me that Dez wasn't healthy, right? It was the third quarter when he broke his foot. Tell me if I'm wrong. Let me know. That game, Tony Romo was healthy, Dez Bryant was healthy, and they still looked like hot garbage out there. And nobody, real Cowboys fans out there, if y'all say y'all real, let me know if I'm wrong. If that opening game, yes, we won the game. Yes, we won the game. Yeah, yada woo woo woo. But that didn't look like a Super Bowl caliber team. Look back at the 2014 game too as well, if you want to be precise. The Dallas Cowboys opened up with the 49ers. How horrible of a game that was. That was writing on the wall there, that this coaching staff was not ready for a Super Bowl run. And one can say, okay, well, they got hot towards the end of the year. Come on now. Come on. You really think that Jason Garrett, even if we beat the Green Bay, was going to go back to the Seattle Seahawks and beat them and then go to the New England Patriots and beat them? Come on, man. That wouldn't have happened, guys. That's just not going to happen. Let's just get off the crazy sauce. Let's stop being delusional. We sit around and we cry for Romo and said, okay, Romo was the greatest thing since sliced bread and don't have no hardware. And then everybody always sitting there saying, well, hey, it's not Romo's fault because of the staff and the organization and this sort of thing. Let me tell you, if he really wanted to win, he'll take that pay cut. He'll say, okay, I know what's needed for me in order to win this game. Let me go ahead and just take a piece of my money like Tom Brady and say, I'm going to take a piece of my money and I'm going to put towards his offensive line. I'm going to get out there and put a piece of my money to get some defensive dogs out there. Come on now. We had a chance to go out there and get Charles Woodson, but we didn't have the money. We had chances to go out there and get some defensive guys, but guess what? We didn't have the money. So I'm tired of Cowboys fans always saying that, look, oh man, with Tony Romo, we didn't do nothing with Tony Romo. We didn't do nothing with Dez Bryant for all these years. And everybody want to throw up the damn X like that meant something. This guy had every opportunity and every chance to go out there. And everybody making excuses. Come on, let me tell you this. Let me tell everybody in the chat box right now. And I hope you guys can hear me because I know I might be talking too loud. I might be blowing out my speakers over here. But let me tell you guys this right here. Is Dak Prescott a better passer than Eli? I'll wait. Let me know. All the stat munchers out there. Because I for damn sure don't see Odell Beckham saying, well, although Eli Manning was a two-time championship Super Bowl winner, he's not putting the ball. Eli's not coming out with none of these excuses. But Eli's not coming out with none of these excuses, but Odell Beckham ball. going to the Pro Bowl each and every year. Not saying that I want an Odell Beckham on my team, but it's time out for these damn excuses. We got to figure out to get out here and win, and we got to win with our philosophy. And our philosophy is running the ball, be a run-first team, and then you casually pass the ball down the field. You don't see – look, I tell you this right now. Let me cool down just a little bit because you guys are getting on my nerves with this. Dez Bryant is the best thing since sliced bread, and it's nothing but stats that you can show me. You see what I'm saying? It's nothing but stats that you can show me. And stats are cool, but Super Bowls, championships are better. Lombardi trophies are better. If you don't ask Dan Marino, would he rather be Trent Dilfer at this point in time of his life with a Super Bowl ring or Brad Johnson? You see what I'm saying? These guys got hardware. You see what I'm saying? These guys, believe it or not, these guys were horrible. Joe Flacco's of the world. Even I can throw in Eli Manning back into the mix. But everybody know that Eli Manning can't even hold a torch to a Rivers, a Phillip Rivers. You see what I'm saying? Put it like this. Tony Romo's stats are so great, they compare the comparison to Eli Manning's Super Bowl. But if you ask Tony Romo, you take Tony Romo in the corner, you tell him, hey, who would you rather be right now? Who would you rather have right now? Would you rather have a Super Bowl, or would you rather have all of these glorified, bloviated stats? And you guys go back and look at half of these games with all these 8-8s, 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 8-8 seasons. Tell me when the last time the Dallas Cowboys went 13-3 and then follow it up, even with all the BS that was going on. And we know that Jason Garrett can't coach to save his life and all the other stuff that's going on. And you guys let me know when the last time we had back-to-back winning seasons. I'll sit and I'll wait and I'll tell you guys, put it down in the box. You know what I'm saying? Put it down. Let me know. But everybody say that Romo is the next thing since sliced bread. And Dez Bryant was catching everything going his way. Put it like this. I love his passion. I love his drive. I love his heart. I love his soul. But sometimes people just don't match up together. Dez Bryant, yes, he's one of the greatest Cowboys to ever throw in at 8-8. Shout out to D. Wilson, man. Shout out to you, man. Because these people out here, man, are just getting on my nerves with this aspect of Dak Prescott can't hit water if he fell off a boat. It's just crazy, man. It's so crazy. Law, you see Dez retweet the claim that the players on the team is claiming that they might release him, and sure is calling out the coaching in public. Look, the thing is, inside the same locker room that Dez Bryant was in, there were some players that said, hey, oh man, it would be crazy if number 88 would go. But his distraction, these are from the player's mouth, not from mine. His distraction may be some of the part of it, you know. There are times, man, when you looked at Tony Romo's career and all the people that's talking about, oh man, it's Dak friendly. You know where that Dak friendly stuff came from? It came from Romo friendly. And we had the same speech that was leveled out to me. Now, me personally, and I'm going to tell you this for me personally, I would rather for Dez Bryant to be on this team for one more year, because that's what I was counting on. I was counting on year 3 for him to be on this team. But the team there's more stuff. There's more stuff that may come out. But out of respect of Dez Bryant, out of respect of his number, and out of respect of this franchise, they keep some of this stuff in-house. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, I would say this right here, that people inside the locker room was split 50-50 with Dez Bryant. Not everybody said, okay, we know Charles Tapper came out, but not everybody was saying, okay, all right, this guy, if he's gone, we trash. You see what I'm saying? Not everybody had those same thoughts and opinions. But it is what it is, man. What's up, Juice21? Shout out to you. What's up, Ty? Shout out to you too as well. I would have took one more year from Jada Cook. Yeah, shout out to you too as well. It's one of those things, man. We got to figure out a way to make this thing going. I'm sitting here saying to myself, although we sitting back and we thinking about what's next is going to happen to Dez Bryant and what's next is going to happen to this organization, just relax. Just understand. Just like Jordan Nelson left the Green Bay Packers, you didn't see Packer Nation sitting back like, oh man, we could be doomed. Not calling Dez Bryant or Jordan Nelson, but as far as production-wise in the last 3 years, let me know who production just been on par or what have you. But I know both been injured. But It's one of those things. Cowboys fan 87 is not just about the dollars. It's just about discipline and temper tantrums, not rehabbing and late for meetings. Man, that is a mouthful. Cowboys fan 87. I think you've been a fan since 87, since you got 87 on there, or this could just be your favorite number. My thing is with this whole talk about when you're talking about Dez Bryant and you talk about the aspect of it, of Dez Bryant not getting his rehab done. That's selfish, man. That is so goddamn selfish, man, for the fact that you know that you have a tendonitis in your knee. And you got a billion dollar facility at the Star. If you have not been out there, when you come to Dallas or when you come to the Plano area, go to the Star and check out that facility. You mean to tell me you don't tell nobody that you're dealing with these issues that they can repair and get fixed up? And you got people evaluating your tape. You got people looking at your film. They talking about, hey, the explosion is not there. The burst is not there no more. The crispy of the route is not there. And you playing injured. And you think that that's a man. Everybody plays injured. But come on, bruh. You got to let people know that, hey, I need this physical rehab to be touched up on. And you mean to tell me for 8 years or 9 years you played for this organization, you never carried a C on your chest? And we supposed to be mad and upset that you gone? Come on, man. This is crazy. This is so crazy for everybody to sit back and say, okay, this guy was a leader of a man emotionally, but he's so afraid to go to the locker room to tell the training staff, hey man, I got this tendonitis in my knee, the one that I twisted. I need to get some rehab done. That is distraction. You cannot win in the NFL like that. Look at the last, I'll go back, look at the last 8 teams to win the Super Bowl. I'll sit and wait. And one can say that, hey, Demaryius Thompson, or however his name is for the Denver Broncos, he was an elite receiver. You don't hear a whisper from that guy. You look at his numbers. They could be almost comparable, you know what I mean? But at the same time, we hear all of this, and I do know that the Dallas Cowboys organization is always going to get put on the spotlight higher than anybody else. But it's time out for this. It's just like the Hershey Walker trade without the people and the bodies moving, because we don't have the front staff. We don't have Jimmy Johnson to work his magic. To me personally, the only thing that I'm upset about this deal is, for one, I wanted Dez Bryant to have one more good year with Dak Prescott, so that I can hush some of you guys up. And then I wanted to as well, or if we gonna get rid of a guy, we gotta get something from him. I would be happier if we got like a 6 or 7 round pick from the guy. You know what I mean? If he went to some obscure team like the Browns for a trade or something like that. But for us to get rid of somebody that don't get nothing in return, it's just crazy with me. We need speedsters, and that's from Magic. Yeah, we do, man. Wiggins, what's up, man? What do you have wanted to wait for after the draft? Hey, you got more chips in the play when you have the draft on the hand. You can start combination and adding things together. I do know that other 31 teams pretty much probably didn't want to eat that $12 to $16 million. They didn't want to eat that money. We the only one eating this money around here. And it's just one of those things, man. Ridley is not the answer. Nobody that you draft in the first round as a wide receiver is the answer. I'm just sad to say this, man, but it's just not. This team need to get help on their front 5 offensive line. They need some extra help on depths with that. If not, they need to go with defense. It's not going to look cute. It's not going to look sexy and stuff like that, of course. We understand. Let me tell you this, and I'm trying real hard. I'm trying real hard not to bring this team up. But when the last time they made splashes in the first round? If you just really think the team up north, you know what I mean? They got a star on the side of their helmet with the guy with the little white face. I'm trying not to bring that team up because I'm tired of bringing this team up. But if you want to craft a model of where to draft or how to draft, and I do know that they recently lost the Super Bowl, but you can't tell me you would rather be in it or pretty much just close to it every other year. And that's what this team has been doing for the last decade or more. They always in the mix. They always figuring out ways to be crafty, to get rid of guys either 2 years too early rather than 2 years too soon. And with this new philosophy with Stephen Jones, I think that he's saying, okay, Dad, I understand that you had made some major moves back in the day, but this is my realm. This is my era now. You know what I mean? I got the keys. I got the keys, the keys. I got the keys, the keys. This is what he's saying. You know, sit back, Pops. Let me drive the Ferrari around. Let me make the picks. And you just sit back and sip your Kool-Aid or your Johnny Walker Blue extra. You know what I mean? Because I got this now, Pops. Let me go ahead and wheel and deal, because I'm not afraid to walk up to people and say, hey, DeMarco Murray, I love you as a running back. I love you as a player, but you fumble. You know what I mean? It's time for me to let you go, DeMarco Murray. And the first thing DeMarco Murray did is the exact same that Dez Bryant is spewing out. I want to go to the NFC East team. DeMarco Murray went to the Philadelphia Eagles, and we saw what happened with that. So, hey, Joe, boo, throw up the X. Dez is the man. Yes, look, I have no problem with saying that Dez Bryant is the man. Matter of fact, I want Dez Bryant to flourish and play well wherever he go, unless he playing against the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I mean? And hey, if you feel like Dak Prescott is a bomb, I feel you. I understand your mental mindset. I understand your thought track. But I'm gonna challenge everybody, and I'm willing to say this. Come week 3, week 4, week 5, when his season kick off and start rolling, I'm screenshotting everybody name that's saying Dak Prescott is a bomb, Dak Prescott is trash and garbage, and I'm gonna make a full documentary series on. Thank you for tuning in to the Low Nation Film Session. As we take a deeper look at the Dallas Cowboys fickle fans that they are, as we take a look at these guys right here that have no faith and confidence and hope in a team, as they don't have time and give time a player to develop, as we look at this guy, I'm going to click on his profile, look at his picture, and this is what this guy's representing right here. He's not a Cowboys true diehard fan. He's one of these fickle fans that are going around living off of his emotions, putting everything on his mind as it relates to nothing. And that's what you are when you're sitting around here saying that a second-year quarterback, and you expecting a second-year quarterback to pass like Joe Montana. Let me tell you this, the fickle fans that's out there, what the hell was Troy Aikman record without Emmitt Smith? What the hell Troy Aikman record would be without that front 5 offensive line? I'll sit and I'll wait. You see what I'm saying? And we sit back and we say this all the time. Dak Prescott can't do this and Dak Prescott can't do that. Come on, please. You guys saw with your eyes that this guy was running for his god-doggone life, and you got Jason Garrett as a head coach. Now, it would be a different story if Sean Payton was our coach. It would be a different story. We had Tony Dungy, a Jim Harbaugh, somebody who actually proved that they can win, proved that they can make sound decisions and not a calculated risk with listening to Jerry Jones. Come on now. Where are you? You know what I mean? Look at it, 1 and done, 1 and 15 without Emmitt Smith. Come on. But Troy Aikman's supposed to be golden, right? And Dak Prescott is trash. I'm gonna tell you this for the guy that say that that Dak Prescott cannot throw the ball and hit the he can't hit water if he fell off a boat. Go back to 2016, and I would tell you this. Dez Bryant, in his luxurious career with the Dallas Cowboys, the average passing yards, I got that stat, his average is 4.0 right now, right? Collectively for his whole entire year or seasons with the Dallas Cowboys, 14 yards. But let me ask you this, since you watch film and you understand tape so much, when were his averages the most out of all of his careers? 2016, he averaged 15.9 yards per pass. But see, that's why I don't want to do stats, because everybody would sit back and say, okay, Tony Romes to Dez Bryant was just so perfect. If it was so goddamn perfect, let me ask you this: why in the hell we went 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, 8-8? Let me know that. If it was so perfect, why did Tony Romes get injured? You know what I'm saying? Or why did Dak Prescott is still somehow, some way, not failed to get injured, not failed to throw all of these leading beyond 12 or 13 interceptions? I'm trying to sit there and ask you guys that. But people fail to realize you would rather for me to tell you a comfortable lie than the hardcore truth. And I know there's other reasons why you guys don't like Dak Prescott, but it ain't this time of day for me to start spitting that stuff out. But it's okay. That's cool. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all are so baby wet soft anyway. You see what I'm saying? Man, it's just crazy, man. Hey, they can't handle the truth, Steven, Jay over. They can't handle the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. They want me to come out here and say, okay, it's all buttery soft and roses. We're going to win the Super Bowl. Coaching decision is poor. We understand that. We got to overcome that. But it's okay when we win it, right? It's okay when we do stupid and silly stuff when we win it. But when we start losing and stuff like that, the blame never go to Jason Garrett. The blame never go to Jerry Jones. The blame never go to Scott Linehan. You know what I mean? We get down to the 1 yard line, and I guess Dak's supposed to be in his second year. Say, nah, coach, it'll be better. I'm an RPO. I can run. I'm 245 pounds. I'm a young kid. Hey, let me just go ahead and fake the handoff to Zeke and run this thing in. But nah, the coaching staff call in the play. Z-Wax, Yankee, 22, 35, 8. Pass the ball to 88. Force that stuff to 88. Let me catch this ball to Dez Bryant so we can boost up the sales numbers. You know what I mean? We right there at the 1. We trying to pass it. We in shotgun. You didn't do what you got there in the first place. What got you there was the running game. What's the running attack? You got Ezekiel Elliott, a bull back there, ready to bowling ball over some people, and we in shotgun. It's crazy, man. It's time out for that. Shout out to D.O., man, for the donation to help grow the nation. Shout out to you, brother. I hate HCs. I hate OC from Albert Smith. Me too. It's crazy. Hey, Italian Cowboy, man, you couldn't say it better. Dak Prescott first year in the actual Green Bay Packers game. Ezekiel Elliott, I want all you guys. I wish I can post it to YouTube, but I can't because of the dang on YouTube police. Go back and watch the game. Look at Ezekiel Elliott. That joker was averaging 5 to 6 yards. It could be even more per run. And we sit up here and we tied 31, I think it was 28-31 or 31-31 all. And we get in shotgun formation. We didn't do what got us there. I mean, our defense is finally playing lights out. Jeff Heaton got the interception. We on our side of the field. And we got this coaching staff not doing what got us there. And we in shotgun. The first play, ball bited down. The second play, they went into like a motion, and we know that my boy Jason Witten can't get separation, but somehow he was able to catch the ball, caught the ball, and we moved the ball. It was right there. And guess what they do? Ezekiel Elliott? Nope. Didn't do what we got us, didn't do what took us there. We get into a pass-happy formation. All we had to do, go back and watch the game, is run the ball, run the ball. It's 31 all, man. Come on, man. Just run the ball, get closer. Man, look, man, I'm getting frustrated just even thinking about it, man. Shout out to, man, I cannot say your last name. I think that's Brandine. Shout out to you, man, for the help growing the nation with the donation, man. I appreciate that, man. True love, man. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you. Look, Barkley would have run more yards than behind this same offensive line. Gregory Lightbody. Man, Barkley got to get out there. I know you ain't talking about Saquon Barkley. He got to get out there first and play it down in the National Football League. Ross Smith and Jamel gonna eat. That's from Maxwell. Shout out to you too as well. Yeah, he gonna eat. They should eat. Dak plays better without Dez. Dak Prescott is undefeated without Dez when he out there on the field. Bleed Silver and Blue, thank you for the donation to help grow the nation. Ricky Heiss, shout out to you, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, man. I'm trying to speak nothing but the best. You know, you guys sitting in here, I'm not trying to be pillow soft. This is not no Angel Soft commercial right here. This is me speaking the real deal Holyfield. If you don't like what I'm saying, leave the room. Don't come back. Talk about me on somewhere else. You see what I'm saying? I'm out here. I'm telling you guys for what I see. And you guys know it. That's the crazy thing. You guys don't even believe half the things that you are saying. You know what you have, that small spot in your mind, on your small little spot in the back of your head saying that, you know what? I really want this team to win with Dak Prescott. Because I was really tired of Tony Romo getting injured. And it wasn't the fact that I didn't like Tony Romo. This is your conscience speaking. You're saying that I'm tired of people telling us that we're choke artists. I'm tired of people saying that this guy can't play healthy. You see what I'm saying? We were saying that to our minds. You were saying that you had to say that, you had to have that thought. Ain't no way in life you didn't have that thought out there in your mind. I'm telling you guys the truth. Everybody sat back there and said, okay, when we were playing against the Detroit Lions, we was up 27-3. There's no way in life that you would say with your mind, your heart and soul and sinew, with everything that you have in fiber of being of your life, that if you know that Dak Prescott, if we up 27-3, you can say, okay, we won this game. But if you know for sure when Tony Romo was up 27-3, and this is not the first time this happened, up 27-3, and guess what? We lost that game. DP, man, Dwayne, what's up, man? Tell them the gospel, Law. I'm trying to preach nothing but the truth, man. I'm trying to preach you guys. I'm trying to tell you guys what I know, man. I'm not sitting out here saying that, okay, we was up 27-3 against the Detroit Lions, and those who out there know that I don't care how piss poor your defense was out there during that game, you supposed to win that game, regardless of the situation, regardless of the fact. But we got clapping Jason Garrett out there just sitting there saying, okay, Wiggle Bell with the black hand. Shout out to you, bruh. Shout out to you, Josh. Shout out to you too as well. There's no way in life that you had a feeling of security when you saw Tony Romo out there on the game, when you sat there and said to yourself, there's nobody in this chat box can say, hey man, we up 27-3. I can go grab me a beer. I go order me some pizza and hot wings. You was watching that game just like this, just like me, saying that, come on, Romo, don't mess this up. Don't mess this up. Please don't mess this up, Romo. And then he passed to Bobby Carpenter. Go back and watch that film. Go back and watch that tape. One can argue these two things that I know a lot of Dez Bryant's apologists won't even say and won't even ever say this. But guess where that ball was heading to? And guess what side of the field it was on? It was to that guy that's catching that ball right there in the back of my backdrop. Pick number 88. But we do film sessions and we look at Dak Prescott and we say, okay, Dak Prescott can telegraph a ball to the interception with that Seattle Seahawks game. I wish. I tell you what, tonight, before I go to bed, I'll make sure I come hell and high water. I get out there and I'm going to show you guys that Seattle Seahawks game when we was up 6-0 and we got a guy, the glorious, I'm talking about the magnificent guy that got all of the damn Cowboys passing records almost, was on the sideline pouting because we was winning, but it wasn't his way. He was pouting. And one can argue, the fact is right here, that the first 5 years, the argument, and when Dez Bryant was emotional on the sidelines, those emotional, raging, epic rants were about the team. But the last 5 years, those rants was about him. And one thing I would say, when you're on the sideline, you bursting all that energy. This is the moment, the exact moment that I lost every faith in number 88. When he was crying on the sidelines, and when they passed that ball to Dez Bryant, he's running up the sideline, and Byron Maxwell, that garbage cornerback that the Miami Dolphins paid all that money, that trash of a cornerback, the horriblest cornerback that you can ever think of in life, manned him up like this, took his fist, punched that ball out. Ball, Dez Bryant playing basketball like it's double dribble. Ball on the ground, he goes right back to the bench and he sits down, calm, and starts shaking his head. And everybody is not talking about that play. Everybody talking about Dak Prescott passing the pick six. I'll give you guys that. I understand. I get you guys on that. But later on in that game, in the third quarter, got plenty of time left in the clock, right? Plenty of time, whole bunch of time, right? And everybody thought Ezekiel Elliott was supposed to come out there too as well and play lights out. Remember, that was his first game coming back, right? And the one thing about running back, and I know some of you guys played running back in high school or pee-wee, it takes time for that rhythm to come back. Normally, when you look at this NFL, week 1 and week 2, you're not going to have a running back out there just blowing up the place. Normally you see around week 3 and week 4. It takes minutes and times for you to get to understand it, for that linebacker to come across the middle and hit you. But the thing that I was mad about Dez Bryant, beyond all that ranting on the sideline, the score was 14-12. We down 2 points. Dak Prescott rolled out. He was nearly sacked. Everybody was glorifying her. Everybody was pretty much at that time. I'm talking about the Seattle Seahawks game. Sit back, get some coffee, get some popcorn with me, because I'm going to tell you this story. Hey, it was 14-12. Dak Prescott rolling out to the side. Almost nearly sacked. Rolling out to the side. Passes the ball. A beautiful catch. I'm talking about a beautiful catch. Sideline. Dez Bryant catches the ball, elbow inbound, extended. Everybody's like, oh yeah, we finna come back, we finna do this thing, we finna show them why we great. And I'm talking about the very next play, pressure come up the middle. Dak did a hot read play to Dez Bryant. Ball bounces off his fingertips. Popped up into the air. Yes, one can argue and say, man, the ball was passed behind him, Law. What the hell are you talking about? It's all about ball placement. And I got film and tape for you guys too as well. And I'm really going to dig up some lot of film with Tony Romo to Dez Bryant. Ball bounced off his fingertips. Ball flies up in the air. Picked off, John. Yeah, whoever played Madden when Pat Summerall was out there. It's picked off, John. And that ball was picked off. And the first thing that Dez Bryant do is he give a hug to Earl Thomas. I don't like that. During the game, I don't like all the hugging. I don't like all of the, because I'm mad. I'm peed off at this time. And of course, I like Earl Thomas, local Dallas kid or local Texas guy. I understand that. But you don't hug your opposition during the game. It's a war. And you don't do that, to me personally. I understand that chivalry is not dead and all this stuff, but not during the game. We enemies at this point. You hugging your opposition. Then on top of that too as well, we lose the game. And reports are out there that the same thing that he did in 2015, when he said, you fix this stuff to Rich Dalrymple, the media marketing guy, whatever, you fix this. You guys know that clip. I don't have to figure out to dig that up. The exact same thing, he was going up, blowing up everything in the Seattle locker room. Why are you mad, Dez? But it's all good, man. Let me see. Shout out to DP again, man, for making the donation to help grow the nation. Man, I'm gonna say, mama, these guys love me out here. Hey, what some of these people don't know, teams lately have won titles with a solid defense, a top 5, and an average wide receiver. Man, I can go home off of that, man. That is exactly what you need to do, you know. Hey, it is what it is, man. Look for me to join tonight with Mark Holmes. We're going to get things going in the right direction. I'm going to call into his show. Hopefully I can Skype in. And we're going to talk a real deal Holyfield stuff, man. Hey, Joe Boo, you can say F Law Nation for life. Or F Law Nation Dez for life. Can't fall in look. And let me tell you something. Let me educate you a little bit right now. You know what I mean? Let me get into your small mind. I'm gonna tell you this right now. It's not about the players. That silver and blue be here before long gone when we gone. And when Dez Bryant is not old enough to walk, that silver and blue will be here. And at the same time, I'll say this too as well. Cowboys Nation will be here long while I'm gone. So I love the Dallas Cowboys before Dez Bryant was even born. Okay? So put that into your mental Rolodex. So whether he's on his team or playing on the moon or playing any other team, it's all about Dallas Cowboys for life. And you can back that and book that. That's all the time I have for today, guys. I really thank you guys for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Salute. I'm out. Peace. Shout out to you, Franklin, Shogun. See you. Wilson, shout out to you, Magic Jr.